No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
And I think I was raised believing that it's wrong. I'm given lots of reasons that I accept as being rational. And then when I look at it, I start to think, okay, how have I accepted this? How has it been rational? How have you told me that we're standing on a wall and I believe it when I've never seen anything? You cannot rest anything on a ball. No matter how small the object is, it does not work. But then you start spinning that ball and we're still on it. Yeah, if I say it's flat and I'm living on it, everyone looks at us, you're saying something crazy. But that makes more rational sense than to say it's small. But I can't say for definite it's flat, and I can't say for definite it's not.
What I can say for definite is that there's no measurable curvature over large bodies of water. There's numerous people doing tests. There's people shooting across Lake Ontario from the US to Canada. There's people shooting across Lake Michigan to the Chicago skyline. You can even go to Skegness and shoot across Cromer at 40 miles away, which should be visible. And if you go to Cromer and look across the Skegness and you look at the offshore wind farms, they should be visible. But you can see them from that distance. They should be below 900 feet of hidden curvature. So to me, I don't follow any particular model or map, because they just don't seem to fit. But what I do know is that there's no
a lot of it really comes together, but then when I moved on and did more research, what was interesting, I came around the concavity area. So basically, it's not that, so it is the same thing in terms of living within, but not in terms of being out. And what's interesting is that you might have known, because I'm sure you're very kind of well, tended in terms of looking at stuff. So on my journey, I looked at, have you heard of Stephen Christ? Yeah, so even though his confessions, etc., is way out there and beyond, what's interesting in terms of the math, in terms of the, even though it's very well computer generated, etc., it's very plausible. And the only thing where I know where he totally messed up was the fact when he had the opportunity where somebody granted him the money to actually prove his theory, he didn't do it correctly, and it just basically whacked him out.
Well, here's the thing, we can't find curvature either way.
Well, there's a proof where he showed actually, because there was a curvature in terms of NASA, and there is actually showing that in terms of light, and what they did, they actually done this experiment, and what happened, they didn't know why they saw the anomaly. Their light always bent up, and there's a name of it in terms of the lady who done it, who done the science experiment, and she said you can find her on YouTube as well, who's basically part of NASA, and actually was there, and it shows that the light bends up.
Yeah, well, I've seen the light appear to bend up as well, but it doesn't bend in a smooth curve. Yeah,
oh, no.
It bends suddenly. Yeah, so that idea is kind of shut out the water. The point is, we don't find curvature either way. Yeah, no matter how far we look, no matter what tests we use to try and find it, we can't find it. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because in terms of the curvature, they do kind of show in terms of the distance. So when they do that kind of normal, well, flat earthers do it as well, where you put your camera down and then you have like a really maximized zoom. But what's interesting is that there's an experiment which was done by the military, which is basically now allowed to see it in a massive binocular thing. And what it is that they basically pointed it where they believed the distance of where it was in the room or whatever, I can't remember how far away. And then they basically pointed it up. And when they pointed it up, they could actually see the shimmer of where they actually see it was.
Really?
Yeah. Then basically in terms of going straight ahead. So when you go straight ahead, you're not going to see anything, but if you slightly move the aperture up, then you can make the actual balance, the angle up, you can actually see.
Okay, I've never ever seen that.
I'll show you some stuff, man, because I went really into it.
You know what? I looked into it. My intuition first told me no. You know, just like my intuition when I looked at flat Earth was like, you know what? Hang on, there's something here. Yeah, I looked at it and like no. And when I was looking at it, I was really thinking this could be it, because it seemed to me like a very neat package. Yeah, the Earth is a cell, and that's a cell in something larger, and so on and so on. Right? Great. That sounds, you know, as above, so below, brilliant. Yeah. But the more I looked into it, the less plausible it became to me, and I moved away from it. So you know, not good.
Well, it's interesting because I know you say that, but in terms of experiments, the experiments match up more, I'd say, to a concavity. And it's funny, as below, that is, and that saying is very true, as above, so below. No. And what's interesting as well, when you look at the hermetics in terms of, in terms of the science of actually cells, like when you look at light, have you looked at the two-beam experiment, have you heard about that?
Double split.
Yeah, exactly, double split. When they tried to record it, it was doing what it's supposed to do. When they weren't recording, it was doing what everyone's doing. So basically that shows, and that's what we do when you think of our day-to-day. So like, you know, people who work, you've got some people who basically, when you're being monitored, you do exactly what you're supposed to do. But otherwise you do what everyone wants. So that shows you as above, so below. It's just basically it is. Well, do you know what I mean?
That's a bit of a stretch, to be honest. But
yeah,
you know, it is
a stretch, but it's quite
because there are some people, even when they're not watched, they'll do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's right. Some do. So and some cells do. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Some light particles are doing what they're supposed to do.
No, but then you're missing the point of double slit experiment. Is that before it's observed, it's in a state of neither, doing nothing, or doing everything, doing one way, that way, or both at the same time, or neither. Yeah, it's an undetermined state until you look at it, and then it collapses down into one state or the other. Yeah, that's completely different to somebody working and then doing something.
This is basically what it is. I'll give you a kind of like a soft version of it.
An analogy, I know, but it's not really an accurate sort of analogy. Because
so you're saying that you've never looked at anything beyond flat Earth is just it. You believe that?
I've looked into a hell of a lot of different things. Yeah. This is one of the last things I've been looking into, and what it's done is tied everything up to tell me that you know, for instance, the Old Testament is real. Finding out that it was a flat Earth book, then reading it and finding out that there's a hell of a lot more in that book than we realise. Yeah, including real history, true history, which is unfolding right now to this day.
Yeah. In terms of the Old Testament, that's correct.
Well, the concave Earth isn't described in the Old Testament.
Well, the thing is, in terms of how you say, in terms of it's described in the Old Testament, I can't see where there is a massive difference. I can't see it. In terms of when you're saying that there is actually a sphere over the Earth, in terms of the firmament, the concave,
a dome, a hemisphere.
A dome, okay. So in terms of that, when you're saying that the cell, in terms of the universe being in the centre, why wouldn't that be plausible? Why would it be plausible to have the
a shell of land where we're inside the...
Yeah, so basically, why couldn't it be that way?
Because that's not what the Old Testament describes.
So what does it describe in your interpretation?
It describes flat water. Water can never curve concave or convex, yeah? Flat water, land coming out of the water with a dome over the top.
Have you looked at the elements of water?
Have I looked at the elements of water? Hydrogen and oxygen?
Yeah, in terms of actually what, so if it's not just being hydrogen and oxygen, but they have the element in terms of memory.
Yes, I know of Emoto's work. Yes.
And also in terms of how it forms. So basically there's like when you see like the experiments in terms of frequency and sound and how water bends and what it does, and how it forms, how it can flow, etc., all those kind of things.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah. So if you're saying that water is flat, then that doesn't matter what form it is. So you can actually you can have a concave, and it can still be holding.
So you're saying that experiment where they show water under sound sort of curving. Yeah, is that the one you're talking about? They're dripping water, and but you know what they're doing? They're firing what do you call it? A strobe light on there.
Oh no, so where somebody's got like a vibration thing, and he's basically putting a wand, and then you can see it bending around the wand.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a metal. It's not like no fire. It's like basically you got one where they've got a frequency, where they've got the thing. There's many different ones, and it's moving and doing whatever when they change the frequency. But you got one where somebody puts a wand in terms of certain static, and you can see how it's curving around.
Static electricity.
Yeah. So basically that shows that the water is moving around.
Well, you know, everything is magnetic. We're just told about paramagnetics, where metal attracting or ferrous metal attracting by a magnet. But there's something called diamagnetism, where everything is magnetic. Yeah, a high enough magnetism, everything is magnetic. So with static electricity, we're talking about very, very high voltages, very low amperages. Yeah, literally causing enough electromagnetism to cause a diamagnetic effect. That's all it is. It's just magnetism.
Yeah, that's right. So what my point was is that if you believe in that, then why would you say that it's not what you would say, it's what your research has shown you in terms of everything just being flat, because it can't just be flat, because it can be bound in terms of any form that it needs to be. Because if you have the right frequency, because everything's based on frequency, right?
Yeah.
So basically that means that in terms of whatever the right frequency, whatever our creator has put us within, it can be formed. And in terms of having those elements
without observation, we can see that large bodies of water are flat because one of the reasons
are flat or unflat.
Yeah, because if the water's curved like that, right, and we're looking at the sea like that with the ocean curving away from us. When the sun is setting, it's low from our perspective, literally there should be a bright spot over here or on the horizon, and nothing here. But what we see is the sun coming all the way down to our feet, because that only happens on a flat surface.
So you know about lens, you know about refraction, you know how light bends.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And don't give the bullshit of it always bends at a certain rate, all the time.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but this is what always comes up.
Oh no,
refraction is.
No, I'm not saying that, because you know negative refraction.
Sorry.
So you know about negative refraction. You know lenses can bend either way.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that basically, in terms of light and how we see it, we only have a certain distance of what we can see, and then we have certain lenses, which go out further and look at these things. So basically, when we're kind of saying that you're right in terms of when you're looking in a distance, it looks like it's going over the edge, right? But then when you zoom in, it looks like it comes back up again, right? So it goes further.
No, it doesn't come back up. It's literally.
It's always there. We're saying, it's always there. Yeah. But in terms of the, how can I say? I don't know how to put it in terms of, which is a fair way of actually, a concise way of saying it. But when you're zooming in the lens, it just basically shows you what you're missing. So it looks like something's always dropping over the edge, but it's never. So I'm totally in agreement that nothing is dropping over the edge.
There's also an atmospheric effect. You get a band, of atmosphere. Just like when you see a car coming towards you on a hot day, it looks like the car's coming through water.
Yeah.
Right? That's right. It's kind of an inverted image, right, on the road that shows the car reflected. So this is what we get at long distances, right? And this is what starts to obscure the bottom of the boat. We see a band. Yes. So the top of the boat is reflected, inverted and reflected, and it looks like it's hovering in midair. Sometimes when you look at land, it looks like it's floating land as well, just because of that band that's hiding the true horizon. So that's the effect where you start to see the masts go down last, because it's just the mast has been reflected and hiding the rest of the boat. So
do you bring in was it mega prime?
Sorry?
Mega prime.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So you know when they say in terms of the basically the dome, or however you, because I believe it differently, but in terms of the dome, that basically is ice which builds up on there, which the light bends through, and then basically what happens is that after a while, the light. So basically, where's the sun? Is the sun underneath the dome?
Inside the dome.
Inside the dome. So we're inside the dome. Okay, so in terms of the other theory is that the light is outside.
I don't know the other theory.
Yeah, you've not looked into it.
I'm not talking about the other theory.
Oh, you don't want to look into it?
No, not really.
Okay.
Because,
have you never researched it?
Only because the Bible actually says that's what was created, the dome and the firmament, and inside the firmament, the sun and moon.
Can I ask a quick question? I'm not going to take it off you. I'm going to bring it back to you in a quick second.
I'm not.
You know, in the sky, yeah. So you got the blue, right? Is that water?
I don't know. It's not, no, the blue isn't water.
You know when he says because he's got the he says in the Bible, isn't it, about
separate the firmament from the
season whatever. It says like the oceans or whatever in the sky and the oceans at the bottom or whatever. So you separate the two. You got one in the sky and one at the bottom. So basically, we're supposed to be surrounded in water. In terms of what the biblical text is.
Right. Yeah. Right, so
basically, especially in terms of the outside the dome, that's supposed to be a separation of water.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm going by what you said in the Bible.
Right, so I'm trying to work out where you are. I'm trying to work out where you're going with that.
No, I'm just trying to work out. Because that's what you're saying in the Bible, so I'm trying to work out. So you're saying, oh, the sun's in, but then you're not sure. So basically, you're not sure in terms of if there's water beyond.
Well, that's again, I can't say. I'm just saying, going by what the Bible says, and yes, there's a separation of water from water.
Yeah. Because I know that when I research some of the flat earthers, they say they do believe that there is water outside.
Well, I can't. I'm not going to say what I believe because that's immaterial. You know, what I believe doesn't matter. What I can prove is all I can go by. And I know there is something because that's what the nuclear explosions were hitting against.
Fishbowl.
Yeah.
Operation Fishbowl.
And it could be that they weren't even hitting the actual dome. I believe that there is some kind of barrier, not necessarily physical, at 75 miles up.
Yeah, so that's a key number, even the concavity.
Well, it was because the Go Faster rocket went up
and hit on something.
Hit something, and stopped rotating at the same time.
But whatever it hit wasn't solid.
Wasn't solid, so I think there's some kind of barrier at 75 miles up. But yet, that's way below the actual firmament. So, but we're trapped in this lower one.
Oh yeah, definitely we're trapped in it. There's no doubt about it.
So,
yeah,
okay.
Dave?
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Give up on my way.